U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris has secured the support of enough Democratic delegates to become her party's nominee against Republican Donald Trump, according to foreign media reports.
카멀라 해리스 미국 부통령이 공화당 도널드 트럼프 후보에 맞설 민주당 대선 후보가 되기 위해 필요한 당내 대의원 지지를 충분히 확보했다는 외신 보도가 나왔습니다. In just 24 hours, she has actually gained a lot of support. So tell us about that.
Well, election day, I think there's just over 100 days left. So they are in a crunch for time. So the top Democrats, they have rallied support for Kamala Harris, of course, in the aftermath of President Joe Biden's decision to drop his bid for re-election. So they say that several state delegations met late Monday U.S. time to confirm their support for Harris, including the state of Texas and her home state of California. And this is according to, of course, foreign media reports. So by Monday night, U.S. time, Harris had the support of well more than the 1,976 delegates that she will need to win on a first ballot. But it does seem that a lot of these foreign media or some foreign media, they aren't calling her the new presumptive nominee yet.
Right.
And that's because the convention delegates are still free to vote for the candidate of their choice at the convention, which will be held in August, or if Democrats go through with a virtual roll call ahead of that gathering in Chicago.
자, 바이든 대통령이 대선 후보로서 사퇴함으로 인해 이제 지금 민주당의 대선 후보가 공석인 상태인데요. 카멀라 해리스 부통령에게 endorsement, 공식 지지는 한 상태지만 그렇다고 해서 자동적으로 대통령 후보가 되는 건 아닙니다. 그래서 이제 일련의 과정이 좀 필요한데 일단은 민주당 내에 그 당내 대의원 1,976명 이상의 지지가 필요한데요. 벌써 24시간 지난 이 시점에 이 이상의 지지는 받았다고 해요. 그러니까 일단은 그 요건상으로 봤을 때는 대선 후보가 될 수 있습니다. 그런데 이제 될지 안 될지는 지금 몰라요. 아직도
we will have to see,
확실하진
right?
않지만 그래도 이제 그런 요건들을 갖췄기 때문에 가능성은 상당히 높아 보입니다. Okay. 자, she secured all these votes or support, I should say.
So when you secure something, it means that you've succeeded in obtaining something, but it's usually used when obtaining that thing, there was a difficult process in obtaining it.
확보하다라는 뜻이 있습니다. And what about delegates?
Delegates or a delegate is a person sent or authorized to represent others. In particular, we're talking about an elective representative.
네, 여기서 말하는 Democratic delegates는 민주당 당내 대의원을 말하고 있습니다. 자, 그럼 다시 읽어볼게요. U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris has secured the support of enough Democratic delegates to become her party's nominee against Republican Donald Trump, according to foreign media reports. Here's our next headline.
A tourist hoping to get an iconic photo with a King's Guard in London ended up collapsing after the guard's horse lashed out at her and bit her arm.
영국 런던에서 근위병과 기념사진을 찍으려던 한 관광객이 갑자기 달려든 근위병의 말에 팔을 물려 쓰러지는 일이 발생했습니다. She was warned, wasn't she?
She was, because I've never been here because I've never visited London.
Have you not?
Yes, I would love to go sometime.
You should.
But I'm sure you know what's going on here.
Yep.
So there are signs that say horses may kick or bite. And it also says don't touch the reins.
Right.
So you are warned, but of course a lot of people go there to take pictures. It's very iconic. It's, it's a tourist sort of I mean, they do their duties, but it's very important also for tourists to, show that they've been there. So this incident took place recently outside Buckingham Palace. Of course, floods of tourists are there to wait their turn to get that iconic photo with the uniformed guard on the tall black horse. And apparently what happened was this woman, she was waiting her turn, and as soon as the person ahead of her took that photo, she kind of jumped in there to secure her spot next to the horse, and they think that this might have startled the horse. So it suddenly snapped its head towards that woman and just, bit her arm. It clamped its teeth around the arm. And at first, they say that she seemed like she was okay, but then later she collapsed. But, we mentioned before that there are signs warning tourists that the horse might kick or bite or don't touch the reins. So a video of this went viral.
Yep.
And a lot of people who have watched the video, I think the general consensus is that tourists should pay better attention to the signs in that area when attempting to get their photos taken.
Exactly. The thing about these guards is they have to be absolutely still, and they have this heavy uniform on, so it's not like they can jump in.
And help you, right?
They have to just stay put.
Yeah.
And as you said, there are signs that say, don't go near the horse.
Yeah.
Because they can bite.
Yeah, and they're animals, so they're not that predictable, of course. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can't talk to them and say, "Don't bite me."
네. 경고가 있었음에도 불구하고 말 가까이 가면은 말이 놀라서 이렇게 물 수도 있다. 그랬는데 굉장히 가까이 가서 사실 근위병 쪽으로 갔어야 됐는데 말 쪽으로 가서 이제 사진을 찍은 거죠.
Yeah.
나 말이 놀랐던 것 같아요. 그래서 갑자기 팔을 콱 깨물었는데 물론 뭐 한 0.1초 이렇게 잠깐 깨문 거긴 하지만
Still scary.
그럼요.
Yeah.
그리고 아마 또 꽉 물었을 거예요.
Yeah, and the
그러니까
horse is quite large.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. 그래서 이 여성이 깜짝 놀라면서 순간적으로 쓰러졌지만
She's okay though. Yeah, she's okay.
괜찮다고 합니다. 네, 문제는 없어요. 네. 자, 첫 번째 표현 볼게요. She collapsed.
Yes, she collapsed. So we use this when someone passes out or someone faints. So it means to fall down and become unconscious, typically through illness or in this case through an injury.
네, 쓰러졌다. She collapsed. 자, lashing out는 뭘까요?
Yeah, so when you lash out at someone, you're expressing your anger. You can do this by talking or you can, write. So it's a way to express your anger at someone.
그래요. lash out라는 게 갑자기 화를 낼 때도 쓸 수 있고요. 이 경우에는 말이 갑자기 물었기 때문에
An attack, yeah.
네, 그 공격했다는 의미로 볼 수도 있습니다. 그래요. 이게 우리 청취자분들이 이게 말 맞아요? 강아지가 아니라 말 맞습니다. 네, 말이 맞고요.
I would think the teeth would be less sharp than dogs.
네.
But big.
그렇죠. 네.
Bigger teeth,
치아
less sharp.
이 치아가 아니라 뭐라 그러죠? 이빨이
Yeah.
뾰족하지는
Yeah, because
않지만
they're not carnivores.
굉장히 단단하죠.
I'm sure.
네.
Because they have to chew on very hard stuff.
네, 당근 같은 걸 이렇게 콱콱 이렇게 깨물어서 먹으니까. 자, 다시 한번 읽어보겠습니다. A tourist hoping to get an iconic photo with a king's guard in London ended up collapsing after the guard's horse lashed out at her and bit her arm. Let's move on to the final headline.
A decrease in demand for ducks and geese in China has led to a surge in the price of badminton shuttlecocks, which use the birds' feathers as their main raw material.
중국에서 거위와 오리고기 수요가 줄면서 거위와 오리 깃털을 주 재료로 사용하는 배드민턴 셔틀콕 가격이 급등하는 현상이 나타났습니다. So this is an unlikely story, but it also has something to do with the increase in demand for pork, right?
Yeah, very interesting, right? How that
us about that.
connection.
Yeah.
So apparently, the prices of badminton shuttlecocks in China have gone up quite a bit, and they're thinking why
Why?
Is this happening? And it's because there's been an increase or there's been a
Drop in prices?
Drop in prices for pork, which made it more popular
Right.
among people. So they're buying less duck or geese to eat. And that means there are less feathers available for the production of these shuttlecocks. And there's been a lot of complaints made by badminton enthusiasts saying, it's supposed to be an affordable sport, but the prices have gone. I think they were saying that as much as 24% increase from just a month ago. And the price increase hasn't affected the cheaper badminton badminton shuttlecocks, which are not made from actual animal feathers. So they're saying this must be the reason why.
네, 그렇습니다. 자, 그러니까요. 이게 다 돼지고기의 인기로 인해서 셔틀콕의 가격이 올랐다까지 이어지는
Yeah.
상당히 의외인
The
뉴스인데요.
connection, right?
네, 중국에서 돼지고기의 가격이 지금 많이 떨어져서 돼지고기가 인기입니다. 저렴하니까. 그래서 돼지고기 수요가 늘다 보니 상대적으로 오리고기나 거위고기는 사람들이 덜 찾게 되는 거죠. 근데 사육되는 거위와 오리가 적다 보니까 그 오리와 거위 깃털도 그만큼 줄어든 것이고 이 깃털이 줄어드니까 셔틀콕에 들어가는 이 셔틀콕의 원료의 가격이 올라갔다는 것이죠. 그래서 지금 중국 내에서는 아니 언제부터 배드민턴이 이렇게 무슨 부자 스포츠가 됐냐라는 비난 아닌 비난도 나오고 있다고 합니다. Okay, so let's talk about demand for duck and goose. And by the way,
Right.
duck and goose I think would be more general for the meat. And ducks and geese, I think of the live animals.
Yeah.
The demand.
Yeah. So the demand for something. So demand is a need for something to be sold or supply. So, we always talk about supply and demand. They go together.
그렇죠. 수요가 demand가 되겠습니다. 공급은 supply가 되겠죠. raw material은 뭘까요?
Right. Raw materials are the input goods or inventory that a company might need to manufacture its products. So if you think about, the source materials such as oil, cotton, sugar in its natural condition before they've been processed for use, they're called raw materials.
네, 원료를 raw material이라고 하는데요. 주재료라고 볼 수 있겠습니다. 자, 헤드라인 다시 읽을게요. A decrease in demand for ducks and geese in China has led to a surge in the price of badminton shuttlecocks, which use the birds' feathers as their main raw material. Well, that's it for the headlines with Karen Choi.